Fitmompreneur community, here we go. Our masterclass is starting now. Today is day one, and we're going to talk a lot about faith. We're going to talk a lot about mindset and how in the world can you train this so that you can change this, right? You train your mind so that you can change your body, right? So, with that said, if you're on live right now, definitely say hi. Let me know that you're here and ready. If you've got notes, grab them, take them. We're going to talk about a lot of things today, okay? And I'm going to start in just a second here. I'm going to let a few of you guys hop on, as I know quite a few were ready. So hey, hi, what's up, you guys? Hey, Kelsey. Hey, Tanya. Excited for you guys to be here. And we were having some technical difficulties, so it took me a second to get on, but I'm here. Hey, Bertha, how are y'all? Awesome. I'm excited to, is kind of an understatement. I say that a lot just because I love to get on here and pour out to you all, and this group is full of women. It's not full of just moms and not just entrepreneurs. I get that question a lot. Hey, Charlotte. I get that question a lot because the name of the group. And honestly, the name of the group was kind of describing more of me, the person that I am. And as things change and as I have changed, and really had just different things going on in our world, faith is a big thing that I really want to bring more of into this group. Hey, Sarah, because it's a big part of mindset too. And it's a big part of mine, and it's a big part of my story. And I will tell you, I'm going to start with sharing my story today a little bit. These master classes are probably going to go a little bit longer than some of the other trainings we do in here. So if you've got time, hang tight. You can always catch the replay or come back where you left off as well too. But I want to share a lot that's on my mind and on my heart, because I am feeling called to do so. And again, in this masterclass, this is our first official masterclass for here with our Fit Mompreneur community. Hey, Miss Crystal, what's going on, girl? And so how a masterclass works, let's talk about that first. There's going to be 3 days. Today is day one. And then we're going to talk, like I said, about faith and mindset today. And I'm going to talk about why I started here. And then tomorrow, I'm going to hop in here, same time, noon Central Standard Time. And we're going to go over fitness. What does that look like? What should it look like? How in the world can I work out, or how should I do fitness, or all the questions? If you've got them, bring them to me tomorrow, because we're going to be talking about them. Hey, Brandy. Or you can even drop them here below and I'll get them answered for you tomorrow on tomorrow's call, which themed is fitness. And then Friday, it's going to be in the morning time. I'm still confirming time. We had a death in our family. Our pawpaw passed away and got his angel wings. So Friday is his services. So times are going to change a little bit for Friday, but I'll keep you guys posted. More than likely it'll be like 8 a.m. Central. But Friday, we're going to talk about food. We're talking about nutrition. We're going to talk about how to fuel your body, right? So the name of this masterclass, the name that came to my heart and my mind when I was like, I got to get it all out, but I don't want to get it all out in one day because it's a lot of information. Thank you, Crystal, for the prayers for sure. And so, the name Fuel for Full Success came to my mind when I was writing what I wanted to share with you guys today, because I feel like a lot of us women in here are trying to juggle a lot of hats, right? Some of you guys are entrepreneurs. Some of you guys are busy moms. Some of you guys are career women. Some of you guys are all of the above, right? And you name it, we all wear many, many, many hats. So if you're comfortable, share in the comments below, like what hats do you wear? Are you entrepreneur? Are you mom? Are you career mom? Are you stay-at-home mom? Are you wife? Are you grandma? Are you what? Share the many hats that you wear below. I think that would be really awesome for you guys to share and also see from other people, right? And so I find it very important to start. Why I wanted to start today is because if you want to change your body, all the women that join this community are typically on a weight loss journey of some kind. We want to lose weight. We want to lose body fat, belly fat. We want to get rid of not feeling good physically, mentally, and all the things. I love it, Kelsey. Mom, teacher, business leader, wife. Yeah. And I guarantee you probably have more hats than that too. Like, we are busy, hence the name of the group. And I will tell you, the common mistake that so many women make when they're trying to lose weight. They're trying to find their health again. They're trying to get back to that version of themselves that they physically want to be. They forget the most important part and where you really have to start. And that's right here. It's your mind, ladies. It's our mind. And I wanted to tie in our mindset and our faith today because I feel like they go so hand in hand together, you guys. And if you're someone who's close to your faith or your spiritual journey, definitely drop the word faith in the comments below because I would love to just see it, right? And I feel the faith has been the biggest game changer for me. So let me share my story a little bit, and then I'm going to go into some things. I even have a few Bible verses that I pulled out today that I wanted to recite to you today, and also share with you what my message from those are for you, so that you can take them today. And I'll write them above this video after this as well too. But I'm truly, my story. I want to share my story because I know a lot of women can relate to my story. I'm pretty sure you can. And when I share it, a lot of times, a lot of people don't look at me. I've found over the years of, sometimes they'll look at me like, oh, she's fit and she's this and she's that. And like, oh, that's easy for her. And I want to share with you, like, it's not easy. And I wasn't always here. I wasn't always the version of me that you guys see today. And believe me, I'm a mess still. My past mess has become my message. And you guys, I guarantee, have some sort of mess in some aspects of your life, or maybe you're in the messiest part right now. Use it as your message. And that's what I'm trying to do with you all today, right? So my story starts, I have always been in some sort of active, like fitness is my passion. You probably know that if you've seen any of our videos. I love health and I love fitness, and that is why I do what I do. That is why I'm here right now in this very, very, very moment. But I'm 40. I turned 40 this year. I'm a mom of a 3-year-old, super active little crazy boy, which I love dearly, and a little girl who's 6.5. And they are my world as well as my husband, right? And I've always wanted to become a mom. Like that was the thing that I always looked forward to most. As a kid, as we all probably did, I'm like, I'm gonna have all these kids and I'm gonna choose good for me. But I will say, in the journey of becoming a mom, while I was also an entrepreneur, and doing all the things, you guys, I lost myself there for a while. I lost myself and I lost my health, and I just literally let everything go for the sake of everybody else. Okay. So if you can relate to that right there, just put me in the comments and know that you're not alone. And that is why you see me showing up every day, because I truly feel God has put me through what he put me through, to give me a really big fat lesson and a big message to share with you on help other women not make the same mistakes. Or even if you have, and maybe you're in that place of feeling exhausted, worn out, nothing left to give, and have no idea where to start and where to really take your journey to a whole nother level and find yourself again and find your passion again and just be happy with the person that you see right now in the mirror. Know that you can do it. If I can do it, I promise you can do it. Okay. So as I started, my husband and I struggled for a couple of years actually getting pregnant, went through fertility to have babies. In that journey is when I found entrepreneurship. I was a trainer first, and then I left my world of fitness to go into office space and work in accounting. It was just not meant for me, but I was there. God put me there for a reason. And that's where I was led to online business, like network marketing was where I got started as an entrepreneur, right? It's where my first entrepreneur spirit really grew and came from. And I love the industry, still in it, will always be in it, at least some form or fashion. And then we became pregnant, finally, after years. January 2015, we had our first baby. And by that time, I was so driven because I always told myself, I want to be home and I want to work from home and I want to have freedom so that I'm the one taking care of my babies from day one. And I've been able to accomplish that, but it wasn't easy. And so became a mom, my first little baby, my sweet little girl, and growing, an online business and also teaching group fitness classes. I picked that back up because I just missed fitness like crazy. And keep going, fast forward, 2018, we had baby number 2. And that's where my little boy was born in March in 2002. He was my tough baby. And he didn't sleep as good, many nights in the recliner. But this is where my journey kind of started to slowly fall apart, because I was now a mom of two, and juggling two kids was way harder than juggling one, right? Like, you guys, moms totally get this. Tell me how many kids you have in the comments. Like, drop down below, like, how many kids you have, right? So, and I would love to see. For me, that's where it got tough, and things happened and things changed. And I quickly learned how to neglect myself. I quickly learned how to constantly mark myself off of my to-do list. That was easy because I had so many other things I needed to do. I needed to work my business on the nooks and crannies of my day. How many of you guys in online businesses have probably heard that over and over and over, right? I learned to quickly, nope, my workout can wait, my nutrition can wait, everything can wait because I have to take care of everybody else. I don't have time for me. I don't have time for me. I don't have time. And then it quickly led into sleep. What's sleep? I don't need sleep. I'm Superwoman because I thought I was. Okay. And I was not taking care of myself at all. Okay. So fast forward, I was literally living on 3 to 4 hours of sleep every day because I was getting up at 3:45 teaching group fitness classes outside of the home. And then I would come home and I'd work my network marketing business. And then I'd be mom and I'd wear all the hats and I'd cook dinner and do laundry and do the dishes and you name it. Ladies, we all know what I'm talking about because you guys all have the same responsibilities. Chasing kids. I was not working out. I was not working out. To be honest with you, I wasn't even prepping food. I wasn't even paying attention to what I was eating. I was just eating in the moment whenever it felt right or when I was feeding the kids, which was literally not nutritious and not enough food at all. I'd lost the pounds, but I was what I called skinny fat. Like I was, yeah, in clothes may look good on the outside to everybody else, but it wasn't healthy at all. I was living in a hardcore hustle mode. But here's what it led me to, and maybe these words might be able to relate to you. I was exhausted. How many of you guys are exhausted right now? Drop exhausted in the comments because that's where I was. Straight up exhausted. I was irritable. Guys, I was so irritable. I look back now and I'm like, I have the best husband in the world that put up with me at that point because I was so irritable all the time. It's because I was exhausted. I wasn't taking care of myself. Crabby. I wasn't very present. I look back now and like I talk about in our VIP group and all of the women we coach, we talk about the word present a lot because to me, I wasn't present. I was physically there with my family, but I was either on my phone or I was sitting over here in mom fog because I was so exhausted I wasn't present. And I was snappy, I was stressed, I was living on coffee, I was resentful. You guys, resentful. When we become resentful a lot, and some with other people in our life because they're not helping us, but they're in reality, you know what I mean? A lot of times, um, a lot of times we are like we put an immense amount of pressure on ourselves that nobody else does, and then we think that we have to do it ourselves, and then we don't ask for help, and then we're resentful to our partner and in this life, and then there becomes friction in our relationship. I mean, you name it, you guys, the list can go on and on and on. I'm sure you guys can get this. Here was the wake up call for me, and this is the part that's always hard to share. God puts us through things. Our higher power always puts us through things. One, because He knows that we can handle it, okay? And two, it's to send us some sort of message. The messiest part in my entire journey is when I was living on coffee, because I was living on coffee and fumes. Is really what it was. My son at the time was 18 months old, and he's a climber. And I was making coffee at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And I was home by myself, me and him. And at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, I was making coffee because I was so freaking tired that I needed something. Well, here's what happened. He climbed up and he grabbed my coffee off the Keurig, which you can imagine the screams at that point in time. He poured the coffee down his chest. And I could just, to me, I called my husband actually screaming because it was like his skin was melting off. That's how I viewed it. It was the most horrible thing and the worst thing in my entire world. That was my worst day. But I look back at it now as my message. That was the message God sent me to like, wake up, Angela. Your family needs you to start taking care of you because they're not getting a very good version of you right now. You're not being a very good, happy, energetic, mama that your family needs you to be because you're living on coffee and fumes and you're not taking care of yourself. That was the day that it didn't wake me up that day, you guys, because it took me a little while to grasp that. It took me a little while because guess what then happened? Mom guilt. Oh God, mom guilt ate me up for months. And the thing is I didn't tell anybody. I let it eat me up inside. Okay, so maybe nothing that dramatic happened to you in your world, but you may be automatically thinking of a situation that happened and you're like, oh my God, I'm beating myself up for something. I can't beat myself up forever. And that's what I finally realized, like, I gotta let it go. One, I gotta let the guilt go and I gotta move on. Even though I can still see the scars on his chest to this day, as he's 3.5 now. And he's amazing and he's very resilient and he's phenomenal. And hopefully he doesn't remember that day like I'll never forget it. But it woke me up to start taking care of myself because I wasn't doing that very well. I wasn't practicing anything what I preached. Months later, I finally decided, okay, stop letting the mom guilt eat you alive and let it go. Your family needs you to stop ignoring yourself and take care of yourself and do something about it. And I slowly started getting back into a routine of working out. Slowly started paying more attention to what I ate. But here's what the game changer was. A year after that happened, a year after that day, my son got burnt. We got baptized. We got saved. Months later, after that, I launched what we do now with Fitmama coaching. And and then I started getting help. Guys, I started getting help. I realized everything was falling apart in my business. We paid mortgage for 2 months in a row on our credit card, you guys, because we had nothing left because I wore myself out so thin that I couldn't do anything else. And so if you're feeling like you're in this place right now, just know there's hope. Because if anything, you can listening to my story and hopefully you can see like there is hope for you, I promise. And if you lean on your faith and you lean on these things that I'm sharing with you today and a couple of these verses that I'm going to share shortly, you can make a difference in your own life. You can make a difference in your health. You can get your body back. You can get your health back. You can get your motivation back. You can change your family's entire life by starting with you. You can't give and give and give and give and give and give and give. It's not sustainable. God did not put us on this planet to live a chaotic, crazy life full of stress and all the things that isn't a sustainable way to live. We can't keep up at that pace if we're not taking care of us. And to me, the biggest game changer that changed my life was we got baptized, we got saved. I started really, truly making my faith a priority. I've always been a believer in the higher power, you guys. I was never practicing it all the time, and I never looked at it as a mindset thing to help me lose weight, to help me get healthy again, to help me find my motivation. So where I want to take you with this today is a couple mindset shifts that I feel like you've got to have. If you truly are unhappy with yourself right now, here's a little reality check and a little bit of tough love. A lot of it is the pressure you're putting on yourself. A lot of it can be changed by you, not anybody else. We cannot rely or wait on our spouses, our friends, our coaches, our pastors, or whoever. They can't change our lives. Only we can. They can bring things to us as tools, and that's what I'm bringing to you guys today. But some of the mindset shifts I want you to start with, if faith is something that's important to you, and again, I'm not here to put my beliefs on you because everybody's different and I respect everybody's beliefs. I just know this has been a big game changer for me. We often look at our faith on Sundays as something to help us get through the day and fill our cup for one day, but are you really looking at it as something that can help change your mind so that you can truly change your body? That's what I want to encourage you today. If faith is something important to you, let's look at it today and let's bring it back to priority, because guess what? If you're closer to this thing, this faith, to your higher power, not only can you change your body, you can change your mind, you can change your mood, you can change your thoughts, you can change how you're showing up for everybody else in your life. You can live a more joyful life that is less about stress, about the dishes and the laundry and all the other things that are piling up on your to-do list that you feel like you have to get to first. It's not. We are on this earth in the one vessel that God gave us. We have to take care of this vessel and honor Him. If you're not going to honor yourself, honor Him. Look at your faith today in a little bit different light, looking at it to help you power through your health to actually lose weight. You've got the strength in you, because I guarantee you can probably sit there and give yourself about 5 minutes to think about something you've overcome in the past, and something that you overcame in the past. It was really hard, can help remind you of how strong you are. And if you're struggling right now, finding the motivation to just work out or just change your nutrition a little bit, I guarantee if you got through some of those past traumas and past things, you can do this. And again, I encourage you looking at your faith to help you power through. You cannot, if you get anything from this message today, the biggest thing that I want you to get through is you cannot truly change your body in the way that you want to, losing weight, losing belly fat, toning up, building muscle, getting all the changes physically that you want. You cannot truly make those physical changes if you don't change here first, or do it simultaneously. A lot of the women in our one-on-one programs, especially, we're doing it all at the same time. We're just guiding you how to do it in a way that is sustainable, and in a way that is something that you can do, because you can, I promise. But you have to change this first, right? I honestly, truly believe your faith, your mindset, your changing your mind is equally, if not more important than changing your nutrition and starting a fitness program. You have to have this in check first. You have to be mentally ready to make change, but you have to be physically also ready, mentally ready for the hard days, the days that suck. And that's where your faith comes in. You can work on your nutrition. You can work on your fitness all day long. How many of you guys put relate in the comments of how many of you right now can think, oh my gosh, I'm working hard on my nutrition. I'm working all the time. Or you're doing both. Like, I'm eating clean. I'm working out all the time, but nothing's changing. And I still feel like crap, and I still have no energy. Put relate in the comments if that's you right now, because I promise, again, you're not alone, which I think is so powerful for you to understand this. And you can change it. A couple things that just the word trust, drop the word trust in the comments below now. Because I want you to know one of the biggest things that I truly feel, and why our faith can also play a really big role in our health and fitness journey, is because, one, it allows you to trust the process. How many of you guys have a hard time trusting the process? Like, Angela, I know you told me to have patience. I know you told me losing fat and losing weight in a way that I can sustain it and keep it off forever takes time. But I'm having a really hard time with patience right now. Like, I want it now. Okay, we all do. I have my moments where I'm like, oh, why is it taking so long? Same thing in business. I think about that often in business too. I'm like, I want this all to happen right now. It doesn't happen right now, you guys, but you have to think about it. Leaning more into your faith, you guys, and this is a little book I'm going to share a few verses from in just a second. Leaning on your faith, though, allows you to trust in the process. Trust in the process. Promise it'll work out as long as you stay consistent, you stay committed to it. It will work out. Trust. Here's another one. This is a lesson that I've learned even more so lately than ever. With a few things that are going on in our family, I've had to unplug. I've literally had to unplug a few days to do things with, and we're going to in a few days as my Papa services are coming up. And I have a cousin that we spent a few days with. It's on his losing his battle to brain cancer right now. So we got to unplug and go spend time with him, you guys. Here's the trust that I'm trying to bring you to this point right now is trust. The world will not fall apart. The world will not fall apart by you taking time away and spending time for yourself. Your family will not fall apart if you step away and spend 10 minutes on yourself. Your family will not fall apart if you take 30 minutes for yourself, an hour a day. Your house won't fall apart if the dishes are piled up for a little while because you have better things to do, which is take care of yourself. The laundry, all of the things that we worry about every single day that are on our to-do list, that stuff will not fall apart by you stepping away and taking care of yourself. And you have to understand that, and you have to trust that. It's not easy. This is something that you have to work on every single day. I find it very powerful for you to also stay connected, whether it's in this community or maybe it's in our VIP community. Those are in our VIP community where with the women we're coaching. Trust that the world is not going to fall apart if you step away for a little bit. You deserve it. You're worthy of it. Your family needs you to do it. Otherwise, you're not giving a very good version of yourself for them. Lean on God as your strength. He's always made things work. A big reminder for me lately, with some of the other things that were going on, is just realizing, okay, sometimes you have to go back through the past and you have to think about all the things that you've gone through. Like when doubt starts to creep in your mind of like, doubt, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if this is going to work out. I don't know. I don't know if I'm capable of all these things. Think about the past and think about the things that God has brought into your life. He's always paved the way. And it may suck sometimes in the moments, and it may suck sometimes whenever I don't know how this is going to work out in our favor at all. This just sucks right now. Like, I don't understand why we're going through this right now. He always finds a way. And then the other big word besides trust that I want to bring to you guys today is the word forgive. Put forgive in the comments, because I think this is a big, powerful one too. And I have a Bible verse that I want to share with you guys in just a second for this. Forgive. This goes back to my story. I had to find forgiveness, not with anybody else. I had to find forgiveness for myself. I felt the blame. My son got burnt that day because I was the one that wasn't taking care of myself. I'm living on coffee. You have to learn to forgive others in your life. If you are having things going on in your world, or maybe you have in the past something that you're bitter about still, forgiving things in your past is so crazy important, and it's not for their benefit. You guys, if somebody in your life has hurt you, forgiving them is not for their benefit. It's for yours. And so often it's really hard, forgive and forget and move forward. But here's the bigger piece that I want you to do is forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself. And what do I mean by that? God will help you forgive yourself for what? Maybe you're right now holding on to a lot of guilt because you've missed out on some things in your kid's life, or maybe you name it. Maybe you need to forgive yourself right now for letting yourself get to where you're at right now. I can't tell you how many conversations I have with women every single day that are in a place where they are so mad at themselves because they let themselves go and they neglected themselves forever. And now it feels like impossible to get restarted because they're just so bitter at themselves because they had a good routine going, then something happened and life hit, and then they let themselves totally go, and now they're 20 pounds heavier, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever the number is. That part doesn't matter. You have to find a way to forgive yourself. And I promise when you do, you'll have a really massive breakthrough that you will wish you had done a long time ago. But forgiving yourself will also help you reduce some stress. You guys, put stress in the comments if you're still with me here and you're like stress. If stress is something you're dealing with now, or have in the past. I think we all have stress every single day. Just living on this planet in today's world is stressful. Let's be real. Just being a mom, no matter if you have teeny tiny toddlers or maybe your kids are grown and have their own kids, being a mom, like, stress is always there. But leaning on your faith as well, and some mindset habits and something to work on you every single day, to me, is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself so that you can manage your stress. Sometimes people have gotten to the point of that heavy anxiety because we have put so much pressure on ourselves to do it all by ourselves, you guys, and we do not have to do it all by ourselves. We have people in our lives, I guarantee, that will be so willing to chip in if you just ask for help. So forgiving yourself is so important. You guys are already putting forgive. I want to share this Bible verse with you real quick. It's Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26 and 27. It says, don't sin by letting anger control you. Don't let the sun go down while you are still angry, for anger gives a foothold to the devil. So what is the message for that right there? My message to you is this: you can do something. We have to work on some mindset habits in our VIP programs and the women we work with. I'm a big advocate now more than ever because I finally started practicing myself, just journaling your feelings. You guys, Don't allow yourself to end your day and go to bed bitter at anyone else or bitter at yourself. Most importantly, I want to talk more about yourself because I feel like majority of the women in this group can probably relate more to like, I'm beating myself up because I let myself go and I didn't get this done and I didn't get that done. Or how many of you guys are like, oh my gosh, it's Wednesday already and I haven't even got a single workout in and now I suck and now I'm beating myself up and I'm thinking about all the dishes and all the other things on the to-do list I haven't got to. So now I'm just this horrible person. Forgive yourself for that. Give yourself grace. Grace, 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 grace. You have to learn to give yourself grace. God forgives us for everything, no matter what we do. God forgives us for every single sin, but you've got to forgive yourself. If you're not forgiving yourself, you're going to live a life of stress and more anxiety than ever before. And yes, Shauna, journaling is a game changer. It's been a game changer for me too. So if you've never journaled, I highly encourage you to try it. And you can do it so many different ways, right? So you can either journal like I feel like there's a couple of different ways. My mentor and I were having a conversation yesterday, and I was talking about journaling. It's helped me so much lately navigate through everything that's going on with my family. And what I do, you can pick a time to journal. Okay, so I know a lot of the women that we coach, like evening times work great. Evening times work great to literally journal before they go to bed, and they're literally brain dumping all your feelings of negativity or even a to-do list. Let it go, let it out before you go to bed. It'll allow you, one, to sleep better, which you wake up more rested and you wake up in a more positive mood. But even more importantly, I highly feel, for me personally lately, over everything that's going on in our world, I'm using Evernote on my phone now as my journal. I like to have it on my phone because I can do a couple things. I can either type my feelings out in a computer and just go to town, or I can do it on my phone, but I can access it anywhere I am. And I really love that aspect. Maybe you're a pen and paper person. It doesn't matter. Whatever works best for you is what matters. And journal and get those thoughts out and get those feelings out. And then challenge them. One of my other mentors, Echo, phenomenal, amazing lady. Give her some love in the comments. Tag her and tell her how amazing she is, because I know a lot of you guys know her and relate to her too. There's been some feelings and thoughts that came up over this stuff lately, and I'm blessed that she's been a massive part of my journey over this last month. And one of the biggest things was, she always tells me, think about those thoughts, and I want you to ask yourself, are they true? In a court of law, can you prove these to be true, or can you prove to these to be the opposite? Most of the time, those negative thoughts, I prove them all to be not true. And I do that by journaling them out, write them out. Let your thoughts out, you guys. Let it go. You have to let it go. Okay, and that comes to the next verse that I wanted to share with you guys. It's about doubt. This one I really love. This I didn't even write where it was. I forgot to write down where it is in the Bible, but I'll share it with you. Actually, it's Timothy chapter 2, verse 1 through 7. God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. You guys, you ladies in here are all powerful. You should be full of love. And if you're not right now, it's okay. Know that you're not alone. And there's all of us in here in this community that want to love on you. Let us love on you and be that version of you out loud. And self-discipline. We all have self-discipline. You may not feel like you do right now, but I guarantee there's some in there that you do. Crystal, I say this all the time to my 8-year-old and don't use it enough when I find myself in it. Yes, Crystal, oftentimes we do for everybody else, and we tell everybody else how to get past some of these things, but we don't practice it, right? And that's one of the things I'm guilty of. I coach people all day long and tell them how to get past these things, but wasn't doing it for myself. Got to do it for ourselves too, right? Practice what we preach. And when it comes to our kids, the biggest thing that I love to help women and moms realize, like everything that you do, if you want your kids to truly do something, take care of themselves, eat fruit, don't eat all the sugar in the candy, stay positive, not talk bad about themselves, not negative self-talk, not say the word I can't, all these things that we typically are trying to teach our kids. Sometimes they're not going to listen to your words by you telling them what to do, but if you're doing it, they will mimic you. You are their best example for them. So if you want to teach your kids to be healthy, if you want to teach your kids to have self-love and self-worth, are you showing them that you're doing it in front of them? Don't have to hide. We don't have to hide. Just like we don't have to hide our tears. We don't have to hide all these things that we typically hide from our kids. Let it out. Let them see it. That's how they grow. That's how they learn. They are sponges. Let them see you do all these things in front of them. And then the third verse that I was going to share with you is Hebrews chapter 11. Faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It is the evidence of things we cannot see. Okay, so again, faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It is the evidence of things we cannot see. I love that verse as well too, because this is what I wanted to talk about today. If you don't truly believe in yourself, you don't truly believe that you can too get back to the body that you had before kids, or get back to the routine that you used to have years ago before COVID hit, or illness or injury hit, or whatever is in your world. If you don't truly believe it, that's where your faith comes in. And that's why I feel like your faith can be a big game changer for your health and fitness journey, you guys, if you look at it that way. And I hope, if anything, we switched your mindset a little bit to think, oh my gosh, here I am trying to lose weight. Here I am trying to work out. Here I am trying to eat healthy, but I'm not even looking at my faith to give me some strength to do it. We can. It can be the biggest life changer in the world if you allow it to be. Right? So when it comes to, again, the title of this masterclass is called Fuel for Full Success, because I want to help you have full success in everything. I truly believe your faith can help you have more success in your health and fitness and your weight loss journey. Your faith can help you have more success in your business journey. Those of you guys are trying to grow businesses, your faith can help you have more success in your marriages, in your relationships. Your faith can help you have more success as a mom. Your faith can do so much. They're all tied together. They're all tied together, but I feel like the faith and the mindset, working on your mind so you can change your body, is so under talked about in today's world. And I feel like that's, again, my messiness, that now I'm really turning it into my message to help other women that maybe you're in that place I was 2 years ago, where I was that worn out, exhausted, irritable, crabby, unhealthy mama and wife, to where I am today. And I'm still a work in progress. You guys, you may get to that goal on the scale, but we're always going to be a work in progress. Your faith is also something that, in your mindset work, whatever it is that you're doing, it's got to be something we work on every day. To truly make the mindset shifts, it is not an overnight success. It is just like if you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to lose body fat, an overnight success is not the way to go. If you're chasing overnight success, you may see a temporary result on the scale, but it's not something that you can sustain and keep going for a long term. Lean on your faith to help you change your mind so that you can do it. Right? So if anything, some of the mindset shifts that I want you to take away from this, as I'll slowly start wrapping up here. One, we have to learn patience. Put the word patience below if you're listening. You have to have patience with yourself, with your journey, with everything else you're doing in your life. Your faith and changing your mindset can help you do that. You have to give yourself grace. That goes back to the verse I shared with you about forgiveness. Forgive others in your life that maybe have led you to where you're at right now, because we all have influences in our life. If you think about it, if you look back in your influences, who influenced you in a positive way? Who influences you now in a not so positive way? Either way, we got to learn to give ourselves our self-forgiveness, just like we need to forgive others so we can let things go. Life is way too short, you guys. If anything, going through my biggest change lately, or biggest lesson, or biggest message right now, is my cousin right now, who has been placed on hospice and losing his battle to brain cancer. He's 41, ladies, 41. If anything, that's a wake-up call to life is way too short for us to live bitter, for us to beat ourselves up every day, for us to constantly just doubt ourselves and neglect ourselves and think, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to me tomorrow, because the tomorrow may never come. So what are we waiting for? Do it now. Your family deserves you to do it now. If you won't do it for yourself, do it to honor God, and do it for yourself. Or do it for your family. I guarantee they need it. Give yourself grace. Realize the mindset shift, another mindset shift that I want to make sure that you got from this today is you're worthy of taking time for yourself. You are so, 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 so worthy. You're worthy of time for yourself. You're worthy of a financial investment in yourself. I was just talking to a lady before this call, and she's like, I know I'm worthy of this. I know that I'm worth this. I know that I am, my health is worth this, because it is. And know that thank you, ladies. Thank you. Thank you, Christine and Bertha. I really appreciate your prayers for the family for sure. Selfish. It's okay to be selfish. Drop selfish in the comments, ladies. We can be selfish. You need to be selfish. We have a shirt on our apparel store that says it all. Selfish means taking care of me first so I can take better care of everyone else. Because it's true. It's okay to be selfish. We need that. We need that in our lives. It's okay to invest in yourself. It's okay to invest in yourself. I made the biggest investments financially in myself when we just came off of paying mortgage on our credit card 2 months in a row, because my businesses had started really tanking because I couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up. I couldn't show up because I had nothing left in the tank. Nothing left. So last thing I want to share with you guys today is a couple of things that I would love to challenge you to do for yourself. Do for yourself, right? In order to make mindset shifts, it's going to take more than watching this one video today. It's going to be more than doing one thing a week. It's going to take a daily practice. So my challenge to you today is first to define what your goal is. And if you already know what your goal is, as soon as I say it, drop it in the comments below. Like, what is your goal right now? What is it that you would love to see yourself achieve? It can be weight loss. It can be success in business. It can be all the above. It can be just being more present with my family because I know I'm a healthier version of me. And when I am a healthier version of me, I can be. Sorry, I just talk so fast. Number one, I challenge you to define what your goal is. I love Tanya and being self-employed. It's so much freedom. I love that as a goal. That was one of my massive goals. It took me a while to achieve it, but I never gave up. So never give up on whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. So the first thing, define what is your goal right now and write these down somewhere that you can see them. The second thing I'll ask you is, why is that goal so important? Why do you want to be self-employed? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to be consistent? Why do you want to be present? Bertha, I love it. Present to me is like my word of the last few months because it's been a big thing that I'm working heavy on. You don't always have to be doing. In the words of Echo Summerhill, like, you don't always have to be doing. Just be. Just be. I love it. If you don't follow her, you totally should. So define what your goal is, and then tell yourself, why is this goal so important? Why do I want to lose weight so bad? Why do I want to do all these things? And then I challenge you, number 3 here is do some journaling over this next week. Journal your thoughts. Reflect on your day. Reflect on what you're grateful for. And something that my mentors have had me doing, which I love so much, I actually love this so much, is she has me just search for Bible verses based on something that I'm feeling that day. If it's about courage, because I need courage that day, then you can literally go to Google, you guys, and search courage Bible verses. Or I have this book. It's called Bible Promises for Moms. It's just a little bitty book. Bible Promises for Moms that has so many verses, like, and they're all under each category. Feeling depressed today? Then here's a verse for you. Feeling like I need some discipline, feeling like I need some forgiveness for my kids for acting as crazy as they are, it's in here. But when I'm journaling, one of the things that I love lately is just journaling. I'll search a Bible verse and I'll literally write the verse out, and it's super helpful. I just love it. It's helped me stay super close to my faith. So maybe something that resonates with you and maybe not. And then the last thing I challenge you to do is this. Visible. I'm a big believer in when you have things visible, it can totally change your world. So I would love for you, if you're comfortable with this, share a picture with us here in the group. Like as soon as I'm off the video, you can put it in the comments or just make it a post here in this group if you're comfortable with it. Share a picture in here with us and show us who in your life. Maybe this is a picture of your family. Maybe it's a picture of your kids. Maybe it's a picture of you. Whatever it is, share a picture in here, any picture whatsoever, that will show us who's going to be positively impacted in your life by you continuing to work on you. Who? And that same person, who's going to be hurt or negatively impacted by you continually to ignore yourself. Oftentimes it's the same people. Maybe it's your family, maybe it's your kids. So that's my big challenge to you today, is to find your goal. Why is it? Journal this week and tell us, report to us here in the group on how it is, or share your journal, whatever you're comfortable with. Or just share a selfie with you and saying, I journaled today. I'll start doing it with you as well. And then share a picture though. I think it's very important for you to have a picture handy that you can see every single day. And that picture needs to be of the people in your life right now that depend on you to start taking care of yourself. Who will be impacted positively or negatively if you continue working on yourself, or you go down the path of giving up on yourself or never starting and continuing to ignore yourself every single day. And keep it visible for you. Maybe make it your home screen on your phone, but we would love to see it. So I hope you got some value from today's masterclass, you guys. I'm so excited for today. This was my favorite day. And again, that's why I wanted to start with it first. So tomorrow, day 2 of the masterclass is going to be all about fitness. We're going to talk about fitness. We're going to talk about things that you can be doing, hopefully get you out of your own mind of thinking, I got to have hours upon hours to work out, because that's not the case. So tomorrow is topic all about fitness. And then Friday, again, I'll announce the time Friday, but more than likely it's going to be around it's going to be early. It's going to be like 8 or 9 a.m., which is fine. You guys know you can always catch up on replays if you need to. So don't feel like, you can't come if you can't come live. But day 3, we're going to talk about food, how to fuel your body with the right food so that you can feel good, function good. Oh, and by the way, lose the weight and lose the belly fat and all the things that you want to accomplish. Okay, that's Friday. So y'all have an amazing day. Love you guys for everything. Just appreciate you guys for the prayers. Appreciate you all for just being here with me today and listening to all the things that I have to say. I have so much more coming your way. So I'll see you guys in here tomorrow. My inbox is always open if you have questions about any of the programs you run, or just a question about something I shared today, or a question about the book or a Bible verse, or you name it, any of the above. Just ask. My inbox is never closed to anybody. Love you guys. Y'all have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you got some value from it. Make sure you subscribe here to my channel so you don't miss a thing. You can also follow me and many other amazing women over on the Life Network for Women, and catch me on all my social media platforms at www.acfitmama.com, and I'll see you on the next video.